Hello everybody, welcome to another reaction video. I'm Robelle Autonomy, and today we're reacting to Yixuan character demo, Martial Summit Showdown. Alright, a lot of people really excited for this character. She is kicking off Zenless Zone Zero 2.0. She's the big character of the, well, I won't say season, I don't know, the big character of the update. Alright, her and Jufufu, very excited. I want the pull art, but I'm gonna wait for the drip marketing of 2.1. Because if it's Orphe, I might be cooked. But let's see if this demo can convince us to watch it, alright? Let's take a look. Here we go.
Simulation combat data updated.
Thank you for your
Okay, so she's doing the HIA stuff.
The data entry went smoothly. Here's your
Oh my
coffee.
goodness.
Please
Okay, so
enjoy.
Miyabi. Wait, is he gonna have any equal support to Miyabi?
Ah, that's Yixuan Shifu from Yunquei Summit. She's here
She's
to
a Void
compare
Hunter
combat
level
data
special
today.
investigator. Everyone thinks she's a Void Hunter, but he's just on the same level, which is basically same thing. Basically the same thing, but it's not.
Miss Miyabi, that's not what I meant.
Alright, here we go. I'm about to get crazy.
That's it for them. But seems there's one last troublemaker. Could it be a system error?
No, wait. No way. Don't tell me it's a 1v1. Nah, wait. Wait, that's actually peak.
Without further ado, let us begin.
No way.
Training? Oh, sure.
Okay, alright.
I should have expected nothing less.
Never
No
mind.
need to be polite. What I was saying.
I understand. I was rude to hold back. Let's proceed with the second move.
Oh my goodness, oh here we go, okay, I thought it was over already. I was like, oh that's it. But nope, that was fake. It's time for real fighting. Real aura farming. Here we go. Yo, they're going crazy! The music's also going insane. Dang, wait, we're doing like a low frame rate. They're moving pretty slow, but it's choppy, so it feels like they're moving fast. That's really cool. Dang, so is Yixuan cooler because she's not using a weapon? She is using a weapon. Using like ink. Yo, man, I'm going crazy! Oh my, okay, wait, go back. Alright, wait, that's insane. Holy moly, aura! She's like blocking all like the sword slashes that go at her. It is kind of cool that Miyabi's using sword slashes to move. So she's literally zooming around. Hang on, we're gonna go over this frame by frame. Look, this is so sick. She's like morphing. Like the blurs, the smear frames, it's not even like, it's like turning into ink almost with how much it's smearing. That is so sick. Alright, sorry, back to the action. I didn't mean to pause. It's just, I was so hyped. We'll do a breakdown after. So stick around for that one. Oh, that's so sick. You could, that was so, okay, you are pausing it again. I'm pausing it, I'm sorry. Flipping, it's Miyabi's like yokai spear that she has with her. That's so cool. So she like shows up. She slashes through all the ink, bursts out. That is so sick. It's literally aura farming the battle. That's crazy. Not the painterly art style. Oh no, Miyabi's gonna lose. This is Hoyoverse declaring that the Miyabi power creep is the Yixuan power creep is real. This is crazy. Look, if they actually fought, it would destroy the whole city. Everything is getting destroyed.
Why don't we make this quick?
Oh my gosh, wait, holy moly, this is crazy! Okay, so it's like a summoner versus the flippin' sword master. The music is crazy. This is like the flippin', like it sounds like Shin Megami Tensei music. It's crazy good. Oh, they broke the VR machine. They went too hard.
You're impressively strong, Yixuan Shufu. I apologize for offending you. I meant no harm.
It's alright. So you must be Hoshimi Miyabi.
Oh, okay. So it
You
was
live
like
up to your
a
reputation.
they
By the way,
tied.
Can we leave now?
I'm terribly sorry. We're doing everything we can to repair it. Also, about the combat data from earlier.
Oh, they broke
It's
it.
fine. By the way, I still have an unfinished training session today.
Oh,
It involves having dessert with a new friend.
Alright, so they're BFFs now because they're strong. Alright, and I have to point this out. Can we add this to the game? This whole like VR, the whole
Alright,
world
so
into
you must be
something else that's not the regular boring training room with this glitching in right now.
Miyabi. You live up to your
This training room, we've been in it for like 50 years. Alright, it's cool and all. I'm sick of seeing it every day. Make new areas, please. Anyway, alright, let's go over this. Alright, that was crazy. I want them to put this in the game, guys. That's my critique. I want them to put... Alright, I feel like Zenless is missing it. Alright, the animation in the cutscenes is peaking and all that, right? But like, guys, we don't have a cutscene that's like a pure, raw, like unfiltered 1v1 fight where it's just action, combat, hands. Like, you know when you watch like those, like the anime where it's like, you know, it's all about the fighting and it's all hype. But let's use solo leveling as an example. I know a lot of people are like, it won anime of the year, so people are like mad at it and they're like hating. But like, just hear me out, okay? It's hype because they'll do a fight and that fight lasts a long time, right? It lasts like 3, 4, 5 minutes. And it's 3, 4, 5 minutes of crazy stuff happening, right? I need that in Zenless Zone Zero. I just one for now. That's all I ask, alright? Please give me one scene where it's just like, it's a raw fight and it lasts like the whole 3 minutes. Like this is cool that it's a trailer. And it's like amazing. It's not in the game. It's not in the game. I mean, they could put it. If they put it in the game, that would be cool. I would take it. I would accept it then. But anyway, that's completely unrelated. That's just a wish I have. Let's go over this. I want to see.
The data
I want to
entry
see.
went smoothly. Here's your coffee. Please enjoy.
Thanks. I'll pass. Who's
All right,
that over
so
Ah, that's
Mino
Yixuan
Miyabi,
Shifu from
like,
Yunquei Summit. She's here
gets
to compare
confused
combat
here.
data today.
there? Huh? Was I assigned to compare combat?
yeah, she thought she was going to compare it, but like she assumed
Understood.
that meant she had to go in there to go
Keep
fight her.
Miss Miyabi, that's not what I meant.
You know, Miyabi's a little bit of a weirdo, so of course she made the mistake. I also find it curious, they keep using this in frame. The moon in Zenless Zone Zero, literally half of the moon is corrupted already. So I am very, very curious. Like, the moon is a very large mass. I'm really curious how that's gonna come into play, or if it's just like a decoration for the world of Zenless Zone Zero. Because for the Hoyoverse games, at least, the moon is something of immense importance when it comes to lore. In every single game, because their first game centered around the moon. And so they've been using that ever
That's
since.
it for them. But seems there's one last troublemaker.
Alright, I'll be honest, and I'm gonna say this. So, up until this demo, Yixuan really hasn't had the chance to really shine, like, on screen. She's shown up on screen a few times, but what I mean by that is her voice actor has not had the chance to shine. People say her voice acting in the game is pretty subpar. And, I'll be honest, a lot of her, she's a bit of a weirdo, so she delivers, like, the character is a bit of a weirdo, so a lot of the lines are delivered in a very weird fashion. So a lot of people are like almost off-put by how emotionless and like kind of straightforward she is. I think it's just the character hasn't really had the chance to really show what she can do. But at the same time, I do wonder.
Could it be a system error?
There's definitely a lot more emotion in this demo compared to how she was in 1.7.
We're scheduled for a 3-move training.
Training? Oh, sure.
Yeah, see, that's definitely a lot more emotion. She hasn't really had the chance to shine. I think that's the case. So hopefully her voice acting really does shine through. I know a lot of people make the mistake between having a character that's kind of deadpan, and then they just mistake the character for having bad voice acting. But when the character is straightforward and a bit awkward like Yixuan, she has to deliver those lines in a pretty deadpan fashion. But if it's all written so that she's delivering everything in a deadpan fashion, well, now it's just bad writing. But we'll see. We'll see how she delivers her lines in 2.0.
Sure.
Very, very excited. And then Miyabi stops because she was holding back. And this is why you always start with your strongest move. That's all I'm saying. If this were a real combat scenario and she is like, all right, I'm gonna go in and just gauge the opponent's strength with like a weaker move, she would have lost. This is a lose. Like, okay, of course her sword would have hit Yixuan, but Miyabi would have gotten taken out too, right? When in a fight, right? The point isn't just to win, is to win and then come out of the fight and not be the loser, all right? So this was a wrong move on her end. It looks like the ink that Yixuan uses is very versatile. She can morph it into just about anything. I do know the bottle that she carries on her back for the ink is very small. So I do wonder like if she has limited amounts of ink or if that's gonna come into play.
I should have expected nothing less.
No need to be polite. What I was saying.
I understand. I was rude to hold back. Let's proceed with the second move.
Alright, I like that reflection. There's a lot of really, really creative cuts in this.
Let's proceed with the second move.
Sword flash to show the character. That's really, really cool. If you notice, they actually fade out the top of the sword because it's too dark to reflect stuff. And they transition it using the effects. Wait, how do we end up in the air? Wait, is that just her dodge? She dodges so fast that she launches herself up. Alright, close up of the eyes, cut up, and we're in the air. Okay, you see her, she jumped up and flipped. That's why she's upside down. It is really nice to see that, like, her clothing, you can see whoever's put a lot of design into having it flow in the wind. Like, a lot of the character designs, they have lots of flowy clothing because it looks good in animation. It looks good when it moves around. So she blocks it with her ink. That's sick. The particle effects, the work here is fantastic. Seeing Miyabi's frost and then the etheric ink over here. Just clash. Having like the yellow light and then the blue light, it's like a nice contrast. And the way she landed. Okay, so this is where we start dropping the frame rate of the characters. But if you notice, the frame rate of the background is actually a lot faster than the characters. They're animating. Yeah, if you look, right, she's not animating here. I mean, it's moving over a little bit, but like it's not a changed pose at all, right? But the background is still moving, so the characters are animated at less frames in the background to kind of create this illusion of fast speed. Dang, this is some marvelous work. This is kind of crazy. This looks like the effects work is 3D. This might be a fluid sim of some kind. Really cool. Okay. Dang, there's so much weight behind Miyabi's parries here. This is so sick. Alright, so the leap into that follow through. There's lots of frames of follow through. They're not going for speed here. They're going for fluidity, and that looks fantastic. Also, I like how Miyabi slashes directly through the ink. She's not like cutting the ink in half. Like a hamburger style. She's cutting it through the hot dog style, I guess is the way to describe it. The way she spins her sword too. Now, of course, not realistic sword moves, right? But oh my gosh. The spin looks so good in movement. Also, you can see the effects lag behind her sword. Yeah, you can see the sword moves and then the effects actually follow after. It kind of makes it feel smoother. That's a really, really cool animation technique. Yeah, they're making her moves more weighty. And I really like that they're lagging the visual effects on her sword behind. It makes it feel like it's moving smoother. It's basically like a smear frame, the transition between keyframes. But it's really good stuff. Gosh dang, this is probably ZZZ's finest, the animator's finest work. This is probably the best job they've done. Now, I will say it doesn't have the signature ZZZ bounciness, but that's not really needed here, alright? What we're seeing is a clear and concise fight. We understand what's happening. Yixuan grabs Miyabi's sword arm. Boom. Alright, we got some martial arts to try and disengage. And again, this is a zoner versus a rushdown, okay? Also, Miyabi's neck is broken. It's a zoner character versus a rushdown, alright? So we gotta make some distance. Dang, the flipping movements are so good! Okay, look, I'm gonna point this out, alright? And I am a bit of an animator. I've animated some things. But, you can see, alright, the movement here, there's not that big jumps here because it's build-up. This is all build-up frames. And then, boom! Big movement, alright? You don't see anything between these two. That's because it was all build-up. Doing this makes it look like she's moving fast immediately. Fantastic work. Okay, there it is, the ZZ bounce. Alright, now the ZZZ bounce is back. Alright, that's what we expect from this, alright? And, okay, to be fair, people, oh, they didn't have to make a jiggle. Guys, have you seen her outfit? Her outfit, there's no way it's not gonna bounce. That's, alright, if she was wearing regular clothes, it would still bounce, I'll be honest. Alright, I'm moving on.
Isn't over yet.
Okay, maybe it's moving more than I expected. Anyways, moving on. I love the power weight. Okay, so this is she just like doing some... No, that was a full-on parry. That was a full-on parry. If you look... Alright, look. She places her etheric shield, and then look. Miyabi's slash comes in. Boom! Right there. Or maybe it's on the background. Never mind. Miyabi's... I don't know what that was. I guess Miyabi is letting her power up. That is so sick. And also the beat drop in the music. Oh my goodness. So, okay, so the seal is made of ink. That's not like a paper seal that she's carrying around. She made it out of the ink. That's so cool. And this light disperses. Okay. I gotta go over it. I went over this once already because I was so hyped in the middle. Or the blur in the foreground is like giving us that illusion of speed. Gosh dang, Miyabi's moving so fast. And like they're cranking up the blur a ton. But like here's the thing, the effects are clear. Alright, the slashes are clear. Everything else can be blurred. Actually, that foreground clouds over there, or not foreground, background clouds over there, it's clear. But you know, that's how it is. Gosh dang, marvelous work. See, all the slashes are clear. Miyabi moving around. She's a smudge. She's a blur. That's such a cool technique. So, okay, if you look, she's charging this way. She's gone, right? And then she's back the next frame. Gives the illusion that she ran all the way around in one frame. Alright, gone. Back. Alright, ran around again. Slows down because she's going in for another attack. And really what's carrying the speed is just the effects. Those are going crazy in the background while the character is kind of moving slow, but they're cutting frames of her out to make it look like she's disappearing. Like she's superhuman, moving to spots where we can't see her. And Miyabi was caught off guard by that. Well, actually, no, she looked in the direction it was coming from before it happened, so she knew it was coming. It's just... Yeah, she looks beforehand. She's like, okay, it's gonna come from over here. Oh, she got in. Oh, I closed. Or never mind. She knew it was coming, messed up the timing. Oh, not blocked. I thought she blocked it. Ooh, directed. This is so sick. Miyabi cutting through the flow of ink. Oh my gosh. I think that does kind of suggest that, like, Miyabi actually is built different. And that, like, so it's like, the fight ends in a tie, alright? But, like, the ink could not stop Miyabi. I think that's the big thing with that statement there. And in this, maximum aura, the sword glowing bright blue, Miyabi's silhouette completely revealed via the light of the red eye. It's a hexagon, which is pretty cool. I don't think it's a hexagon normally, so that's pretty cool. And then all the ink gets cut up. And then Yixuan's like, oh shoot. But again, not panicking. Actually, no, you can see it. She's stressed, or no, not stressed, but she has to try. Her brows are furrowed. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, you know what? I can accept this. This is so cool, though. This painterly bit. I'm wondering... Okay. Oh, that's actually... Oh, that's actually some next level stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna... I don't know if this is true or not, alright? This is just my assumption. I think they painted the hand, and then the lighting is animated. They painted the lighting multiple times. But if you look... Oh, actually, wait, no, never mind. I'm wrong. You can see the finger move. Never mind. Never mind. They painted it multiple times. It does look like it's not moving as much, though. So there's maybe 1 or 2 frames of the hand. Maybe a 3rd frame in for some luck. And then there's maybe 5 or 6 frames of the lighting, and they're just cycling those to give it like the effect. And then if the feathers moving, that is crazy. All right, this is the bottle that I was talking about at the beginning. You can see the ink is coming out. The sound design is some JoJo level sound design. How long is this? This is 20 minutes. I'm so sorry, everyone who came for the reaction. I'm sorry. Alright, you have to let me gush about the animation, alright? I guarantee everyone already clicked off. That's okay, don't click off. Alright, we're going over this, alright? You want to appreciate anime and animation? Come to me, alright? We're only 2 minutes in, hang on. That's so good, alright. An ultimate VTuber stall. Whoa, wait, that's so sick. Wait, okay. So, she comes in. Dang, that pose change, there's no in between. She's moving fast. She comes in, alright? Gets overwhelmed, boom, knocked back, and she's back there now. But bounce back. Look, she's literally, there's 2 Miyabis. There are 2 Miyabis because she moves so fast the after image is still there. These animators, oh, dang, alright, relax. That's crazy, but you know what, that's okay. It's not a, I don't know what's happening. The destruction though, like, okay, I like the kind of like, also demonic chanting, right? But the religious chanting they got going. Right? It's very horror-esque, right? It's very spiritual, it's very much filled with like dread because like, look at the destruction. Wait, that ink is dangerous. It's touching this stuff and it's like melting the building. And then they're like, okay, I don't want to do overtime.
Why don't we make this quick?
That transition is it's so diabolically good. Oh wait, let me look at the smear flames. Wait, whoa, those are crazy. Hang on. Alright, like you can see Miyabi's silhouette. Oh, it's so like the sword. And then it turns into, oh, it's a sponge actually. That's so sick. Look, you can see, there she is at the sword. Evil spirit is in the sword. It's unleashing. Oh, that's so sick. And then she's summoning her evil towel. Her flippin' Pokemon is ready to go. The Moltres is ready to attack. I don't know. Miyami has 2 colors. She's so she's so angry right now. Not angry, but she's so powered up. There's a red lightning. That's not in her regular animations, by the way. Alright, that's the power of the demon sword. I didn't even realize the first time Yixuan was flying towards Miyabi. Oh, that's so sick. Hang on, wait. Wait, but we were right beside each other! What do you mean we covered like 20 miles of distance and to hit each other? Wait! We're right beside each other, what do you mean? Oh well. Alright, I gotta look at this this explosion. We gotta appreciate. Oh, that's so good. Oh my goodness, the blue swirl in the ink, and then the flashing lights, and then the explosion. You can see that build up, boom, smear frames. By the way, ether, alright? The etheric energy exploding. And the, oh, it's cracked open now. They broke reality. Well, actually, they did. They broke the virtual reality. Gosh dang, amazing 10 out of 10 character demo. I milk it for 25 minutes.
You're
Yeah,
impressively
yes,
strong,
my
Yixuan
bad.
Shufu.
That was
I
not
apologize
intended.
for offending you.
Alright, if you watched this far, thank you so much. Also, please leave a comment letting me know that you watched this far. Alright, if you're leaving a comment, put it down below. Say that, actually, you know what? Say, Miyabi... Actually, no, this year. What is the word of the day? Alright?
I meant no harm.
New friend, alright? That's what... Alright, put new friend in your comment, alright? If that means you watch this far, I'll know. I'll know, okay? Alright, anyway, yeah, that's the breakdown, I guess. And then they go get tea after, because, or maybe cake or something, I don't know. Very, very cute, very, very cool. Amazing character demo. Was there a lot of story to be told here? Not really, but you know what? The beauty of just a good fight is something we can still appreciate, and I think that itself is really, really sick. Anyway, alright, if you enjoyed the video, give a like, as I said, leave a comment, and if you made it this far, alright, new friend, put that in the comment down below. Alright, and also make sure you subscribe so that you win your 50-50, because as you know, I lose my 50-50, so you don't have to. Anyway, with that one, hope you all had a good one. Remember, and 10 waves are nice, so I will see you all next time. Bye!